what Bob liked was sitting with one person and just, chatting shit and smoking. That's Bob, and he was fantastic company to do that with, but he was definitely a one-on-one kind of guy. You wouldn't go out for this way. I love both your mum and Bob hugely. Never met up as three of us.
He moved out of London. He used to come and visit when he came up to London to see his mum, or your mum and Stan and stuff, and it was, I'd look forward to it, I really did, We'd always do something or other, go out on Docklands Light Railway, or we'd go tramping along the river, or wherever we go, we'd have a drink and, we'd catch up with each other.
People send me photographs of Froome and say, do you remember this green space? That's got Bob's DNA there. That was partially, not just solely, but partially created by him, and sometimes by me. And so I think that was a very significant part of his life. And then, of course, industrial archaeology and the making of model railways was his other passion, huge passion.
He was just an absolute godsend, really. Just used all the physical labour, which they because they always they go into these projects, and Bob didn't necessarily want to do it, but he'd just help her, and so he helped her in that sense. But he was just a massive support, just a big support for her, and he really loved her. Like I think he struggled to show it, but you could tell, he really, really did, and they were a really great partnership.
Bob always had a much better memory than me, and in recent years, he was very useful for telling me what the bands that I saw when I was younger, and the things we used to go out to when we were younger. So I do miss that about him as well. But of course, I just miss seeing the bloke and having a chat and having a laugh with him, because that was what we always did.
Yeah, exactly.
He could be cantankerous and rude and blah blah and all that kind of stuff, but I don't look back on my friendship with him and think, I remember when he was a complete arsehole to me and stuff, ever. I look back and think, I wish he was still here.
I miss that companionship, and I miss all those long weekend trips that we used to do. When we saw the weather forecast, we'd say, right, off we go. Hitch the bikes onto the van, and it was a good life. And he would come out to France a lot and do a lot of things for me. I mean, he was very, very practical. I must have learnt that all from his father. But towards the end of his life, he could put his hand to everything except plumbing. He said, no plumbing.
Phone rang, and it was my mum, but it wasn't her. It was a bloke on the other line, a random voice, and it was very scary because I thought my mum's gone. Like, that's very strange. I thought my mum's, something bad happened to my mum. She's either dead or I had that feeling immediately, actually. And then the guy said, "Hello, it's your mother's friend Ken. Don't worry, your mum's all right. But I've got some bad news about Bob. They've been in a car accident and he's died."
Gina called me, I think, on the mobile and said that your dad was here, Stan was here, and so I said, all right, you want? So she just said, you come back. And so I came back, and your dad was in the kitchen here. And, your dad was obviously, pretty moved and stuff like that, and he told me. Yeah, it was, it was horrible.